Good evening. I'd like to call this meeting of Peters Township Council to order for Monday, October 27th, 2025. Mr. Lauer, can you please call the roll?
Dr. Carrasco will not be here tonight. Ms. Shanafeld?
Here.
Mr. Curry?
Here.
Mr. Steigel?
Here.
Mr. Kozer?
Here.
Mr. Lewis?
Here.
Mr. Ross? I have not heard from him.
I'll rise for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, this evening we have a very short agenda, so after the meeting, we're going to go right into our third budget workshop. So everybody's welcome to stick around after the meeting to hear kind of a preview of the budget for 2026. Moving into tonight's agenda, approval of the minutes.
So moved. Second.
Okay, motion and a second to approve the minutes. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, that carries 5-0. Not seeing any special reports, so we'll move into audience comments. It's an opportunity for any member of the audience to speak on any non-agenda item for up to 5 minutes. Any takers?
So if I want to speak on an agenda item, I have to...
Yeah, just wait for the agenda, for that item to come up. Okay, unfinished business, we have none, so we'll move into new business. First will be requests to repeal the prohibition of Sunday scheduling in the parks.
So there's a request through the Park and Rec Board to repeal the township's policy with regard to organized activities on Sunday morning. So it's been a long-standing policy of the township not to permit any township recreational facilities to be used for any type of recreational programming on Sunday morning, including youth athletics before noon. The rationale behind the policy has always been twofold. One, Peters Township Council has had a desire to support parents that choose to participate in Sunday religious services as a family, and didn't want to put families in a position where they're having to choose to allow their son or daughter to participate in youth athletics as opposed to go to church. And the second is that council always thought it was important that there be a small time during the week when family time wasn't interrupted with organized youth activities. Mr. Brooks is here. He can explain to you the Park and Rec Board's position on this.
Well, it seems like they voted unanimously to recommend that we rescind the policy, right?
That's correct.
It's pretty open and shut to me. I'll make a motion that, what's the motion?
Well, you know, it's not, because what it's going to
So
take
we need to draft a
is
resolution.
a draft a resolution. But what I wanted to do before is to get some sense from council as to what you want to do. I'm assuming if council's desire is to allow youth athletics, I don't think that what we would necessarily want to do is to have our own programming occurring on Sunday before noon. Is that correct?
Right. The only thing that this might affect if we don't go in this direction is the operations of the Aqua Park, adjusting the hours on Monday through Saturday to 10 to 6. On Sundays, if we would keep it the way it is, we'd have to wait till 12 to open. By adjusting that hour, this would allow us to go 7 days a week with the same hours of operation if we change this.
If you change it.
Yes.
I'll just say personally, years ago, whenever my kids were in baseball, it was closed on Sundays, and we still had the games. It just was unfortunate because we couldn't utilize the facilities just for like that one side for like bathrooms.
Right.
And even to get ice if there was an incident, we had no access to that. Unfortunately, I feel like these games are going to happen whether we open or not, and to make have the benefits of the community services and facilities, I think that it would be a good idea personally.
Right.
But
I come at it a different way. I mean, I've been part of this position that leave Sunday alone, okay? I remember dealing with that when my kids were little, and the hassle of needing an open window there for the kids to have
Right.
time off.
So,
It's not gonna be unanimous here, but wherever it's going.
And I agree with you. I wish that we did Sundays, were for family or off, but unfortunately, nobody else agrees with that. And I'm not saying up here, but every other sport has it. So no matter what, it's going to happen, whether we open or not. It's just going to put our township at like a disadvantage.
correct. And
So-
also, what we're seeing is increase in numbers. Basketball Association has 1,000 kids. Soccer is rated at 1,000. We're looking at baseball. This fall is at almost 350 kids this fall, which is unheard of compared to the past. So this is just allowing us to provide more time slots for practices and games, because we're not adding facilities anytime soon, field
That's
space.
true.
So this is allowing us to provide those time slots for practices and games if needed.
And maybe this would cut down on the tight windows you have for rec football right
We-
now,
we have
right?
tight
With
windows
games
there.
running over and things like that.
But they're not playing football on Sunday.
No,
They're playing
no,
football
not on
Saturday.
Sundays.
That
But-
problem will persist.
Yeah.
But in the fall, getting darker earlier, like for softball, there's no lights there. They can play on Sundays. Tournaments are happening, throughout the Pittsburgh area, in other municipalities. Sundays is normally the last day of a 3-day tournament, and that's when they want to play, at 9 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock championship, and everybody's on the road. So,
So my sense of council is that you would like to change the policy with regard to youth athletics. And I guess my other question is, do you want to extend that to recreational programming that's offered by the township?
and we can still
I wouldn't.
control that.
I wouldn't. I mean,
I agree with Allison, because not only that, you're talking about additional employee hours
Yeah.
then, right?
Yes, the only thing it's going to affect is the operations of the Aqua Park. We'll have to stay at noon start time on Sundays.
I got two other allies here, that's good.
Okay. I will draft up a resolution. We'll have it on the next.
Are we gonna take a vote? Because I'm voting no.
Okay, well then,
Uh-oh.
tell me what to do.
I'm voting no.
And I will be a no.
Well,
But
I will reluctantly be a yes, and that's only because I think, as Allison said, I mean, times have changed. It's not the world that it was when we were kids, and Sundays were Sundays.
Yeah, but we
Sundays-
just passed this ordinance, Frank, in 2020. I mean, it's not like this is some ordinance that's been around since, you and I were in high school or, college. or-
Well, you were in high school.
I wasn't here.
Where I was.
Yeah,
I
I know.
have an opinion now.
Well, actually, it does go back for as long as I've been here. And what happened in 2020 was there was a compilation of the policies, and they were incorporated into a book, and that
Well,
policy remained.
I mean, I'm still gonna vote no. But I know it's gonna pass. So if it passes, I don't think we should alter our rec stuff. Like
I
that pool, that spray park should be open normal time or whatever we normally
Okay.
do.
Okay.
That kind of stuff, but because this is more for practices, but, I mean, I can't believe that 2 hours is, I don't know.
I'll draft a resolution.
I'm old school, so.
I
that's
wish
why.
I could be old school, but the reality is not that. And luckily nowadays, even for church, you can, like, Zooming, and there's so many more
services.
services, thank goodness.
Nobody's at any of them anyway, it's St. Benedict.
I am, but I'm at alternate hours.
Let me draft a
I'm in favor.
resolution for consideration next time, and then we can take a look at that.
Audience comment?
Well, we sort of
All
already
right, you
voted,
can speak up.
No, it wasn't official action.
Okay.
Vote on
Maureen Jones from 849 East McMurray. I just feel that I would like to see this stay in place, because I understand you say everybody else is doing that, but that seems to be one of the last
Bastions.
bastions, exactly, like you said, for a couple hours on a Sunday morning, we can't maintain that for family and for church services. That was one of the, the main things that we loved about this community, that they actually had values and put that first. So I hope, you reconsider and think long and hard before you make that change. Thank you.
This will be on the next agenda.
Yes.
Any other comments from the audience? All right, so next item is a request to remove the traffic island at Harvest View and Bower Hill.
So Just About Farms Homeowners Association has requested the township remove the traffic island at the Bower Hill entrance to their neighborhood. This is the traffic island as it exists today. Because of the narrow nature of the streets, there is problems with particularly trucks navigating that. They're including our public works trucks in the wintertime. It's the opinion of Mr. Zamitis and Mr. Scott that what makes sense to do is what we did over in Ironwood, which is to remove the island, to pave it, and then to hash mark it with paint. It
Now,
would
this
be
was-
difficult to reconfigure the street.
How wide are those lanes?
They're wide enough that you can get around them in a car with no problem.
Small
I've never had any, I drive through there fairly often, I've never had any trouble negotiating that. If you slow down, I mean, that was the whole purpose of putting it in the first place. I get so angry about this. A number of these plans where we require the developer to do this.
And then we take them out.
Then the residents come back in a couple years later. This is just another example of why the whole half-acre lot situation was just ridiculous from day one, and we should never have adopted it. And I knew this was gonna happen, and I guarantee you, in a year or so, they're gonna come back and they're gonna want the one down in the middle taken out, because the one down in the middle is no different than this one. So I'm voting against it, but,
Is that a raised intersection at the end?
yeah, that's the, on Bower Hill Road. That was the one that,
Yeah.
the one that Mrs. Merrill.
Yeah, I was in on that, yeah.
Does anybody want to make a motion on this?
I'm gonna make a motion that we authorize the modification of the entrance off of Bar Hill Road by removing the island and line stripping the asphalt.
Second.
We have a motion and a second on that. Any further discussion, council or the audience? Okay, all in favor, say aye. Opposed?
Nay.
Okay, keep the traffic island.
Yeah, let's do that. It's a moving fast.
Item C, resolution authorizing the township to enter into an intergovernmental cooperation agreement and participate in the Delaware Valley Health Trust.
So at October 13th, council approved the township's participation in the Delaware Valley Trust. What Delaware Valley is asked is that we memorialize that in the form of a resolution. That resolution is in today's doc, and it's my recommendation that council approve resolution 10-325.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carries 5-0. Payroll and bills.
Mr. Chairman, I reviewed the payroll and bills. I find them to be in order. I move they be approved as submitted.
Second.
Okay, motion and a second to pay the bills. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 5-0 there. Does anybody want to discuss any of the reports? No?
Well, no, it's not yeah, it is a report, the fire report, relative to the Family Day, what was it called? I don't,
The open house?
Annual
the open
house,
house. I thought it was well attended, I thought staff of the fire members were very engaging to the young people, and I thought it was a huge success.
They always do a very nice
Yeah.
job with that.
And there were hundreds of people there. I mean, the attendance is reflective of the
They wanted
event.
me to be dunk a firefighter, but I gratefully passed.
Any other items to discuss in the reports? Okay, don't see any miscellaneous items. Next.
Oh, one thing, Mr. Brooks, great job on the haunted trail this year. We didn't discuss that the last meeting.
Anything for next agenda? Okay, see nothing, we'll adjourn the meeting and move into the budget workshop.